Hello everyone, Phoenix61 here with some more New World Aeternum harvesting of materials, right? So today we are primarily after Runewood, right? If you've been watching any of my sort of route farming, material gathering videos previously, right, I like to lump several things in, but basically we are all the way off to the top of the left of the map here, right? All the way in this very far left corner, right in the middle, right? So this Imperial Shrine is the fast travel place that we are at. And basically this route, right, we're primarily after the Runewood. This is kind of where I first started, why I was first up in this area. But this is also a good route for Starmetal, the Orichalcum, and the Mythril as well, right? So what I typically do is I kind of take a right after getting, coming in through the fast travel and just stick to the right of these rocks here, and as you come up these rocks there are several Mythril deposits here along the way. So obviously somebody else has been up here, so always keep that in mind. But yeah, so there's our fast travel and we're just working our way up. For the most part you can avoid most enemies doing this route. I think I pick on this one that was up here, right, just because he kind of happened to be there, right? But all along that right side of us, along those rocks there's several Mythril deposits, right? So we'll come back and circle back and see if they're there when we get closer to the end of the video as well, because that's typically what I like to do, is try and find sort of a route and end up where I started. That way if the materials are respawning back, we can find them, right? But there you can see there's 3 more Mythril spots that were up there. There's usually a butterfly beetle whatever thingy there on a log, right? A couple of those. So I typically try and like to filter in some other materials as well. I think there's some Orichalcum down there as well, but I'll show you what I'm talking about later, that you could go after as well. But yeah, this is kind of my main route, okay? So there is going to be along this, the way that I like to take, there is one dog to the right over here, but yeah, we won't go that way, right? That's the level 70 area. But if you come back over here to the right, these guys are like, yeah, this guy's 58, right? So he's not too tough. And the reason I take him down instead of just ignoring him is because there are 2 chests here, and I like to lace those kinds of things in as well, right? So there's 2 supply caches here, and they're always going to give you, valuable stuff when it comes to like crafting and potentially other drops as well. But up here is where the Runewood trees are, and there are no enemies in this area, right? So there's just some water that's kind of annoying to deal with, but so I'll go back to the mini map. You can see where we are here, right? There's our fast travel, and we just did a loop around and came across this bridge here, right? So I won't sit here and make you watch me harvest every single one of these. We'll grab a couple, and then I'll go on to like where else I think is good things to go after that are in this area, right? So we'll grab this big Runewood tree. There's one underneath the bridge through here that people tend to forget about if they are doing this. But yeah, we got lucky this time, like nobody was up here mining these trees, but there are a couple other places where it's good, where there's some good Runewood harvesting to be done, right? So if this route's dry a lot for you, right, just make sure you're following the channel. I'm planning on doing more videos like this for other materials as well. But yeah, 2 chests in this area also, so make sure you grab those. And yeah, there's more Runewood trees here. Like I said, I won't grab them all, but yeah, most of the enemies in this area are up on those bridges above, and so they don't really they don't see you if you just hang out down here, right? So we'll jump in the water and move across the way, and we'll skip some of these trees here. Yeah, there's one there. There's 2 more right here on this little island here, and then there's another chest, right? So grab the Runewood trees if that's what you're after, and then grab these chests, and then we'll kind of get into more where there's some more Starmetal and Orichalcum and Mythril down around in this area as well. That's kind of somewhat nearby, right? But so I'm going to grab the chests. It is kind of annoying to try and not to grab buckets and buckets of water while you're doing this. You just have to be careful of that. Then yeah, just keep moving through this area. There's at least 1 more Runewood tree after this one, and so when you get to the tiny little one at the very end of this area, that's when we will take a detour away from enemies. But yeah, there's guys on these bridges off to our right, so we're just completely avoiding all of them using this route. Last one, this little skinny one, and then we'll go, what we'll do is we'll harvest this one, and then we'll go under the bridge here. So yeah, I skipped a bunch, but you can see we're at 123, you know, Runewood, you know, logs or whatever they're called, right? So go under the bridge and then again, come across where these rocks are and just kind of stick to the left here. And we're going to basically drop back down to sort of the level where the fast travel was. But keep, yeah, so you can see the fast travel over here. Keep moving in this direction though, because there are a few ore deposits that are kind of worth checking to see if they're here. I like to drop down here because it's not a straight drop all the way down. But yeah, as you can see, there's already some Starmetal ore or Starmetal veins down here as well. So we'll get a few of these. Like I said, I won't make you watch me harvest all of them, but yeah. And then you can go, excuse me, you can go around this corner here, back underneath this bridge. There's a couple more pieces of Starmetal here that most people tend to skip. And then I think if you kind of wander off in that same direction, you know, if you kind of stick to the cliffs, right, there's some Orichalcum veins as well. So there's some of that red, you know, that redstone, red mineral, whatever you want to call it, right? So, but I'll skip that and I'll kind of point a couple others out to you. But keep an eye on these like rocks that are outside by the water here. These are ones that people tend to skip. There's some there too as well. So I'll take this guard out here just so we can get at the chest that's here. Like I said, I like to kind of lace that kind of stuff in as well. Sometimes there's things worth having or things worth selling, right? So there's, you know, a vein in here, but then I'm going to show you on the outside of this, these rocks to our left that are kind of facing the ocean here, or the sea, right? There's more Starmetal ores here, right? So this is one where if you see other people kind of trying to do the same thing as you, these deposits on these rocks on the outside are the ones that people tend to forget, right? There's one or two right in there, but somebody already got them. And then I think there might be one where we just stepped to, and then you can see to our right here, here's two more. And then same thing here. There's more of them on the outside of these rocks, right? So sometimes people miss these. Actually, it might just be, I think it's this one here. That's probably the only one that people miss. So people are either just lazy or just skip it or don't see it, right? And then, yeah, you can see some of the red material right up there, the Orichalcum. And then there's two more deposits of Starmetal here, right? So basically, I'm just keeping to the right now, following along the, you know, keeping the mountain to our right, and just following along this, and then just making sure to check the rocks that are out in the water there, because those are the ones that people forget. So we'll get these two Orichalcum veins. Got 37 from that one. We'll take care of this guard. And then, yeah, you can see more Starmetal on the rocks out in the water there. So don't forget about those. And then we'll continue to move back. Basically, and this basically just becomes a big circle that we end up doing, right? So I don't know if there's any in that waterfall there, right? But we're already just kind of making our way back to the fast travel at this point, right? So again, check the rocks on the outside, because these are ones that people tend to forget. So if you're in competition with somebody else on your server, your instance, right? These are the ones that people might forget. Obviously, if somebody else is over here doing the exact same thing that I am, right, or it's like a similar route, then I just completely abandon it. Yeah, there is one deposit there, and then another one here in the water, right? So these are the ones that people tend to see and grab, but sometimes they miss that one on that rock there. All right, so got plenty there. So yeah, we're almost 200 Starmetal ore, and I've skipped some, and some of them weren't even available, right? So yeah, there's another one here. So two more spots here. It looks like somebody got the smaller one, and the larger one has respawned, right? So I'll take care of the guard, because then we can grab the crate. These are provisions, which is usually just food items, right? But if that's what you're into, right, then those are valuable. Otherwise, I wait till I have a whole bunch, then I sell them at the trading post, right? So we'll grab that one. Similar kind of thing here too. I think there might be, oh, yeah, there is. Yep, there's still, even on this one, there's another Starmetal deposit here. And then there isn't any in that waterfall, but then there's another one here. So we'll grab this one. And then this is kind of that bridge that towards the beginning of the video, I kind of looked over. Because there is, if you come out here a little ways, right, there's one of those logs that has like a butterfly on it that's over here. But there are a couple of more Orichalcum deposits out here. So there's one way off to the right. I think there might even be one or two more if you do sort of, you know, follow the shore there and go around. And then there's at least the one here. There's 2 enemies to deal with at this spot. But yeah, if you take these guys out, there's easy pickings for another Orichalcum spot. So we'll just take care of these guys really, really quick. And I'll show you where that is. Yep, so it's just around, it's right by this fire, right? So you could go and just keep, you know, if you're mixing up the route, you could go around this island this way off to our right. So like, yeah, you could go that way. I'm not sure if there's any more Orichalcum, but you could do your circle that way as well. So there may be 1 or 2 other things over there that are worth grabbing. But I'm going to go back kind of what I normally would do, right? So there's another log that sometimes has something on it that you can grab. But yeah, so if you don't care about the Orichalcum, I would maybe not go underneath the bridge and then just grab these Starmetal veins that are here. And then just keep moving along this shoreline here. And then now we're back at the fast travel point, right? So we'll do our loop again. And this is kind of what I was getting at too. I don't think there's any Starmetal on the left of the rocks on those shores, right? But you could come and just tightly hug the rocks here to the right and completely avoid any enemies in this area. Yeah, there's another player up here. So he's probably been grabbing this Mythril here, right? So 2 Mythril spots here. And then I think there's 1 or 2. Yeah, I can see one that's actually available right now. So we'll climb up here. But it might be easier to just take the road and then drop down on these. But we'll skip and jump here. Yeah, so a couple more Mythril veins on this level. And then there were two more up at the top too. So it was a good 6 or so just along the surface here, or along the face of these rocks here, right? So there's one there that somebody obviously got. Right, and there's another log with a butterfly there to our left. We'll grab this guy really quick. And then, yeah, there's that first enemy that I fought, right? He's easy to avoid. Just stick to the rocks here if you don't want to deal with him. Right, and then this is kind of what I was saying. Yeah, so there's a Mythril vein down there. It says there's down there. I'm looking at my, like, compass at the top that I missed, right? So, but yeah, so these couple of deposits here, when we first jumped in, right, when we first fast traveled over here, these were not available, right? Somebody had gotten them, right? So we took enough time, you know, depending on when somebody else had grabbed them, right? We took enough time that they're again available, right? So if you kind of take your time through the area and there's not many, you know, there's no, you know, either few or not many other players, or if you're alone over here in this area, right, you could potentially do this indefinitely and just keep mining all of these materials, right? So yeah, there's another one of those log things here. I'll typically grab him, and then we'll go back up, right? So, and then, yeah, we'll kind of just straight up repeat this whole process, right? So fast travel there, right? We're all the way to, you know, on the outside of the map, on the far left of the map by the shore, right in the middle there. The Imperial Shrine's the fast travel that you want to use. Basically, just take a right as you come out of the fast travel station and just hug right. Right, and then go over the bridge, go through the water, mine all, you know, harvest all the Runewood, chop down all the Runewood trees, and then if you're interested in the, you know, I always grab the chests, right, and then if you're interested in the Starmetal or the Orichalcum or the Mythril, right, you look for those too. So that's typically how I like to do my sort of like my material runs, my supply runs, right, because if I'm going after just one single item, it gets kind of boring, and I'm always just chasing that down. I feel like I'm walking past things that I could be harvesting as well, right? But these chests do take a while longer to come back. So I just, you know, you probably could run past this guy if you wanted to, or, you know, get whatever you can from him. But then, yeah, we're back down in where the Runewood trees are, right? And I didn't harvest all of them, so some of these probably aren't, I don't know that these would have been back yet or not, right? But we'll chop down a few more of these, and that's going to be our video for the day, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested in this type of content, right, like I said, I've been playing this game a little bit more lately, and so these are kind of simple videos for me to share sort of my paths that maybe other people haven't shared, right, online. I know some people kind of shy away from doing videos like this because then it, like, sometimes it'll, like, a server will get crowded with that area, and then those materials are just never there, but I'm probably not cool enough for that to matter, right? So feel free to follow. I'll put out some more videos. We did do a Starmetal specific video already, that's out already, so look for that one. There's some weird wood and thick hide, a couple other materials that are along that path as well. And then yeah, if you're interested, I've got I know I've got an iron one that I like to do, and a couple other materials, right? So if you're interested, make sure you're following the channel, make sure you do subscribe, that helps me out as well. And then yeah, we do I have videos out just about every day, not necessarily for a new world, right? If you guys are my routine followers, I mostly play World of Warships Legends, right? So one of those videos pretty much every day. But yeah, thanks again for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Make sure you're following.